Hi everyone, it's me, Amy again, and today I'm making a video about something that's extremely important in my life, and that is Overeaters Anonymous. Now, if you guys don't know what Overeaters Anonymous is, it's a lot like AA, Alcoholics Anonymous, only for people who compulsively overeat, and this could mean binge and purge. This could also mean even like starving yourself. It's just finding moderation, but it also helps with a lot more than just eating. It helps with religion, or finding a higher power. It helps with emotional problems that you might not have realized could be a part of the reason you're eating. When I went to Overeaters Anonymous the first time about a year ago, I sat down in a chair, and it was weird because that first meeting, not only was the speaker someone that I absolutely could relate to, but it was when they got to read the Welcome Home, and I don't know if you know what the Welcome Home is, but it's pretty much a saying about just a list of things that you went through, and then at the end of the sentence, like, if you ever at night thought you didn't belong in this world, welcome to Overeaters Anonymous, welcome home. And that's the thing. When you're an overeater, like I am, you can get big, or you can just have a lot of emotional problems. There's isolation, there's bad hygiene, which is really weird, because I do suffer from that. Isolation, bad hygiene, a lot of character defects that come from that, like maybe you're being rude or you're just not being yourself. And that can come from insecurity and just feeling like you don't belong in this world. And I was sitting there for the first time in OA and listening to this guy pretty much say, back then when I was a kid, I was pretty active. And I remember when I was a kid, I was always heavy, but I was pretty active myself. I went out every day to hang out with my friends. I had, when I moved to Elizabeth, New Jersey, I had my friend Jacqueline, Sarah, and Andrew. And I used to hang out with them all the time, and we would take walks, or sometimes we'd just hang out in the front, and we'd play these weird games. And they're a big part of my childhood because they were my best friends, and they did not judge. But the thing is, when I look back on that, I totally see that I was more active than I am now. When I left that place, I came to Pennsylvania. First thing I realized was I felt alone. I felt alone. I had lost my friends. I had moved too far. It's about a 2-hour drive from here to there, and I don't own a car. I don't even have a driver's license. And, you just lost everything. So, I went to school. I started going to school, and, I would walk up and down the hallways. Every chance I get, I would volunteer to take things to the cafeteria, or I'd volunteer to take things to another classroom, and I would walk up and down the halls of Maple Shade Elementary. And that was good, because all that exercise from a person who was inactive to finally being active again, it helped me drop weight. Now, I didn't drop a lot of weight because it's just walking up and down the hallways every day, but it did help. And then I went to FDR, which is a middle school, and things changed. Not my exercising, my walking. I did lose a lot of weight because when I was with my social worker, she'd take me and we walked up and down the halls. But there became a lot more stressful situations. I was absolutely teased a lot, and I hear a lot of people say when I tell them what I went through that I was one of the worst cases of bullying in FDR, but not just in it for fat people. I was considered one of the worst. They heard in OA when I told them about how bad that bullying was, and I didn't tell anyone in my school. I didn't tell teachers. I didn't tell friends how bad it was, because I didn't want to know. I didn't want them to know that I felt ashamed. I felt ashamed of myself. I felt like I'll never be perfect, and then I'll never fit in, and that I was just ruining this whole school for everyone because I was fat, which is insane because people just made fun of me all the time. I shouldn't have been the one ashamed. They should have been ashamed to know that they were too hard on someone. So when I left that school, I dropped out of it after the first year and I began going to an online school. And again, my weight went up because I wasn't exercising. I wasn't going out. I didn't want to leave the house. When you're put through so much bullying that you fear the next time you go out, you're going to see someone from that school and they're going to poke fun of you. You don't want to go outside at all. You don't even want to get prepared to go outside. All you want to do is stay inside and hide. And that's what I felt like. I just realized, I was a case of bullying that a lot of people saw. I had teachers say things behind my back. But the school system, didn't do anything. Especially when I told my counselor how bad it was. She didn't do anything. She was a jerk. She actually was one of those people that made me feel insecure. So after all this, I finally left the school and I went to Connections Academy. I've lost contact with my friends. And it was lonely. So after a couple of years of living alone, having one friend who I couldn't barely see because she lived in Delaware and I live in Pennsylvania, I was deprived of friendship. I was hiding myself. I wouldn't answer my phone. I wouldn't turn on my computer. I hated Facebook. I hated online. I hated the internet, and I absolutely didn't want to make videos. So finally, it was Halloween, and my friend Ashley, who I only knew online, but I knew in school before she went to FDR with me, said, "Why don't you come over to my Halloween party? It's a costume party. We're gonna react something." So I said, I have nothing better to do. And then I got contacted with my friends, and I made new ones. I made old ones. It's funny. I wasn't alone anymore. But there was something wrong. I didn't answer my phone. I didn't talk to anyone, and I wasn't concerned about anything. I just thought it was normal. And then my mom came to me one day and she said, "Let's go to Overeaters Anonymous." And I said, "Sure." Like it was nothing. Like I had no idea the connection. I thought this was going to be another one of those Weight Watcher problems where you had to pay $1 million to not lose any weight at all, because I didn't. And the experience was so much different. It was like someone literally pulled me out of the fire of self-hate and told me, "You're gonna be okay." Well, I'm gonna make a part 2 of this. Too long now.